Am I right?
Yeah, yeah. Rage quit. JJ, weren't you going to come up?
Dolphin Anson.
Gorilla Biscuits? That's quite the name, by the way. Gorilla Biscuits. You have to tell me about why that name came about after your last one. I didn't find it. I did not. Well, hello.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me all right?
Yeah. How are you?
Sorry, I need to mute YouTube. Give me a second.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. That name came from like 20 years ago. My brother was in college, and he lived with two other dudes. And then one of those guys played banjo and took like a studio engineering course at IU. And then one of the guys he went to class with was real into punk music and would always wear a Gorilla Biscuits t-shirt. And then we could never remember his name, so we always just called him Gorilla Biscuits. And then so just for years, I mean, because it's such a silly sounding thing, you know?
That's
and
awesome.
Then, and then for years, I've just always had it in mind, you know? And then I looked it up one time, and I guess it's what they used to call Quaaludes in the 70s.
Oh, yep.
So that's where it comes from.
The Ludes, man.
The fact that you guys called him Gorilla Biscuits because you couldn't remember his name is like a level of self-awareness that's, I don't know, it's pretty meta. I like that. I like that a lot.
That's great.
He was a cool guy. He was from Chicago, and then I don't even know where Gorilla Biscuits is from. I think they're from New York, but somehow he was into them.
Yeah, we keep it that way. We don't want to know where they're from.
Right on. Well, anyways, like I don't know. He was a silly guy, but he was cool. So that's what we called him.
That's fun. That's a fun one for sure.
So how are y'all today?
Huh?
How are y'all today?
I'm good. Doing good.
Right on.
Yeah.
I'm doing all right. I'm getting the Bride of Frankenstein to move.
Right on.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's not just convulsing anymore. What's up, Dolphin Anson? How you doing, man?
You know, same old, same old. How y'all been? It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
How do you think the world's gonna end, dude?
I don't know. Like, I prefer the Tool Einema explanation for the end of the world.
Go on.
Well, I mean, Mom's coming around soon to put it back the way it ought to be.
Oh, so it's just the shake off.
Yeah.
Shake off the fleas and start over.
Yeah. Learn to swim.
Yeah. What is that? Tool?
Yeah.
Fun. So you think Maynard got it right?
Yeah, that dude's one of the best poets of our life, right?
He's
I don't think people really appreciate like his lyrics.
Yeah.
Who is it?
It's Maynard from Tool, and what he was in Perfect Circle too, wasn't he?
Yep.
Yeah,
and Pussifier. He did Pussifier too.
Yeah, Pussifer was a skit. It was a fake band on Mr. Show that he turned into a real band.
Yeah, they pulled it off, dude.
Yeah, Pussifer has good, dude. Yeah, actually. Mama Said is an awesome song by Pussifer.
I've only heard him once. I don't.
I'd play it, but you know, copyright's a thing.
I'll just play it backwards and slowed down.
Yeah, so we can get the real message.
Yeah, same thing. I mean, it's layered music, like an onion.
Like an onion. It's all like an onion. Everything's like an onion.
We're all onions, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, at least onion layers. I call that whole onion.
So, Anson, which layer of the onion are you?
I'm the dirt.
The worms beneath the dirt. Kame stool. Kame. Then popo.
Yeah, I'm that stuff that gets washed off when you buy it.
Oh. Then how does
The dirt.
Wait.
I like how you say dirt, dude.
Wait. You can't be the main character if you're just the filth that comes off.
The filth. I like that. You should change your name to the filth.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh. What the frick?
If you change yours to the filth, I'll change mine to solar load.
Oh my god.
That's good stuff.
Oh my gosh. Wow. What the what? Solar load and filth. This sounds like a cartoon.
It's
Sounds
a
like
mass
something
ejection. What?
It's-
I fear. When it hits Earth, an earthquake happens. There's lava.
Sounds
We load back. We shoot loads back at it.
this sounds like an episode of freaking. Oh my
It's a
god!
solar load war happening.
Oh my
We're
God.
stuck in the middle.
This sounds like an episode of Beavis and Butthead, dude.
Well, I mean, Mike Judge was a genius. So what? I mean, is this a genius
I think
episode?
that's
we're
more
talking
educated
about?
than this.
I guess. Anson, did you know that the original television's color tubes were created by Nikola Tesla?
No, I didn't know that, nor did I care. But now I know it, and I'm going to forget it.
Do you know why he created that?
Because he made everything.
Do
He
you know
made
why
everything else. Why
That's
not?
true. That's true. What, do you know why he created that particular device?
Well, I don't know. Maybe he was.
to help plants grow.
No, he created it to pierce the ether and speak to the beings on the other side.
Oh, he was nuts. Okay, got it.
And then we put that little device in our televisions
And it's piercing our
to
spirits.
watch TV.
It's talking to our ether. I didn't consent to any of this. There's none of that in the warranty or the manual.
Doesn't that sound a little weird?
My
Like, you
ether,
create this
it's been
device,
split so many times without my knowing.
You
See,
create
now people go around saying that it was terrible that Nikola Tesla didn't make a lot of money off of his inventions, but when he said stuff like that, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
Right.
don't give him money. He
right.
doesn't.
Well,
He's
he
no idea what to
he
do.
wanted to pierce the ether and speak to the spirits on the other side, and then we ended up using that thing to make TVs.
I mean, it worked, didn't it?
It did.
Yeah, and this has been a public service announcement. Kids, don't do drugs.
Yeah. Don't do them.
Don't play with
It's-
electricity.
Don't stand next to the Tesla coil.
Don't pierce the ether.
Don't pierce the ether.
No ether piercing.
Don't lift the curtain. Nothing to see here.
Not no way, not no how.
Yeah, maybe he was really fixated on piercing the ether because he couldn't get laid. I mean
Could
that
be.
would be a good explanation. He was a really ugly looking guy. So
Well, he had a lot of friends, but they were all birds and not the female kind. So,
Yep.
yeah.
Piercing the ether. It's like your Grateful Dead tune. All right, Grid. All right. I'm writing that now. I'm gonna write that.
That is so.
I'll get it.
on
I'll get a
point.
12-minute Grateful Dead song going.
That is so
9
on
minutes
point.
solo.
That
I'll
is
pierce
so
some
good.
ethers.
We should put that. We should put that in Suna and see what it comes up with.
that would work with the Blue Oyster Cult too. The Fear the Reaper. Only
True.
replace it with Pierce the Ether.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking, Anson.
Oh, that'll be the all
Don't
cowbell
pierce the
version.
ether. That's pretty good. That would be good.
I heard the whole thing with
Yeah.
Tesla was bullshit, that it was kind of made up 75 years after it happened. They just kind of found a guy that had his name on a bunch of stuff and then just kind of trumped everything up.
Sure, but the thing is, if that's the case, there's original patents, and there's like a shite load of them
Right on.
with his name on them. So that doesn't mean that his story is legitimate or true, but it does mean the guy invented a lot of stuff.
Well, like they always talk about Helen Keller, like she's real too. But then, like the more and more people look into that, it's obviously bullshit too. But like the lady was writing all this stuff and then just pretending she could speak and read and write, and she really couldn't.
Right?
So I'm actually a fan of Helen Keller because I'm not too far where she's from. And did you know a fun fact about Helen Keller? Because of her sensitivity, she had like extra physical touch sensitivity. She could have orgasms for like 30 minutes.
Wow.
That's crazy. I've never heard that.
So she was like a female daredevil.
Exactly.
Yeah, pretty much.
But it was just for orgasms.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep.
Interesting. I'm going to delete that information from my brain. Thank you.
Oh, sorry, guys. I walked away for a second. What I miss?
Helen Keller having orgasms.
All right, I'll leave again. That's fine.
Oh, this is the weirdest crap. I'm telling you what.
Water, Helen. Water.
Oh man. So yeah. Grid, did you I'd like to play that clip if I could find it, but I can't seem to find Cash Patel.
Is Grid still on vacation? He was gone for a while, right?
Yeah, I think so. Or that, or he wasn't doing well. I'm not sure, actually. He's in the chat. We'd have to ask him.
Yeah, he got the flu after he was on a long Alaska vacation where he was on a cruise ship. That's normal.
Right on. I hope you feel better. Grid, if you're still out there, I hope you feel better.
Yeah. See, Duck knows. Grid went on a swingers cruise. So.
Okay.
You catch all sorts of stuff on them. Marlin,
Only
king crab,
yeah.
Spanish
Dolphins.
Dolphins, yeah. English dolphins.
Did you say English dolphins?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Canadian dolphins.
What?
Russian dolphins.
Yeah, that's right, Silvar. Helen Keller's dog ate a lot of peanut butter.
I did not need that. I did not need that. Is that your dog?
Yeah, it's mine. I'm going to put it on mute. I'm going to go check on him. I'll be right back.
That's just the timing of that is so.
Whose dog is that?
Anson says that, and then a dog starts barking. Like
Dog knows.
What the frick? I don't know where this clip is that Grid was talking about. I'd like to see it, but I'm not getting the right committee, I guess. I don't know which one it would be at, so
Well,
so Gorilla Biscuits.
What's up?
What happened to your other name?
Well, I'll tell you exactly what happened. I went into Mike Ball's channel,
Uh-huh.
and then everybody thought I was Carney. And then one morning, everybody was like, "What's up, Carney? How's it going, Carney?" And then I was like, "Hey guys, how's it going?" And then they all thought I was him.
Uh-huh.
And, I don't know, just for whatever reason, so I changed it again.
Oh, okay.
And then usually, like, I'll have a couple of them, because what's been happening for like 18 months is a lot of times I'll go into these rooms and talk to people and people won't respond. And then I'll get frustrated or whatever. And I was thinking, well, crap, people are busy or don't like me or whatever. But then it's YouTube constantly blanking out your chats or whatever.
Yep.
And so I don't know. And then YouTube also, when I first started, my name was Anal King Skywalker. And then I went on the Crucible all the time, and I would buy super chats. And then he thought I was trolling him because he started mispronouncing the name on purpose. He would say Anul King instead of saying Anal King, because he thought I was trying to get him clipped or whatever.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know. It just started this weird cycle of me like changing my account name every like a couple of months. And then plus, like, I would go into Jim Bob's room, and then I was reading a bunch of H.P. Lovecraft, and then we started making jokes about the emergent nub. And then he said H.P. Nubcraft, so I changed my name to that for a while.
Oh, my goodness.
So I don't know. I just started having fun with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was
Right.
wondering where a bunch of these dudes went.
Yeah. What
Well,
the hell?
I was wondering about Nubcraft.
It's all
He was
been
cool.
like I don't know, like and then part of what happened too is because like how I started on here was watching the Crucible and then would watch whatever, and then so I don't know, you kind of get unruly in the chat, just kind of making jokes or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And then when I would go to other people's channels, I would go to Speakeasy's channel and then like
Be
kind
blacked
of
out.
do the same thing. And then
Yeah.
I didn't realize, I don't know, it's more personal, like the further down you go.
Yeah.
Right.
And then
Yeah.
so like,
The slower the chat moves. Yeah.
exactly. And then I don't know, people started paying closer and closer attention to what I was saying. And then I don't know, I just started it was in the beginning it was more just like making weird comments on TV. And then now it's like a Zoom call, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to make fun of people like that, you know what I mean? And then I was trying to explain this to Jeremy. Like one night, Wally was on there, and he had like a Jason Lives T-shirt on, and then I paid $2 to say Jason lives in his butt, and just shit like that. Just being mean for no reason. And then I don't know. So a lot of it was changing accounts because of that, just being a jackass to people. So
Just for shits and giggles.
yeah, exactly. And then I don't know. It was just mean. So, but anyways, I've spent enough time as Gorilla Biscuits. Everybody knows that name. And then I don't know. So I'm trying not to act that way anymore. I think I've was depressed and just kind of bored, and just taking it out on other people. And then so I don't know. It's neat to come around and get to know everybody because everybody's really neat. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah. Once I kind of circled around to like this tier of panelverse, I kind of stayed here. Like, I'm not going to Andrew's as much. I still watch his lives and stuff, but like I talk way more over here.
Yeah.
Way more.
And I want to be clear too. I'm not talking shit about Andrew and his channel. I love the Crucible and still watch it and support it. And that's not what he would tell us to do. You know what I mean? It was just
no, I get it. I totally get it.
And
I totally.
Then, I don't know. I've hung out enough that I know people now, and it's not cool anymore. You know what I'm saying? So
I get it.
Well, that was actually one of the reasons that I started streaming. I just found enough people in enough chats, and then there'd just be times where I'm like, hey, there's nothing really live that we're all there for, so I'm just gonna make my own and just collect you guys.
That's the
Put
same
you all
idea.
in my chat. Get along now. Meet each other. Shake hands. Sit down.
It's the same idea.
Service will start soon.
that and like this level of Panaverse, like you said, is a level where you can actually get on and communicate with people. You're not going to do that on some of the bigger ones. You're just not. You might get on there, but it's not going to be like interactive, like actually.
Oh, they'll let Anson up.
Well, of course, everybody lets Anson up.
Oh, he changed his name. Sweet. He's the
Everybody
Phil.
lets the filth up.
The filth. Oh, shit.
I mean,
filth-
you know,
The
You
filth
just
gets
gotta-
around.
pay to play.
Yeah, I suppose.
That's how Grid got access to the whatever podcast, is he paid to play.
Well, that's true. I mean, with that, that's a weird tier also, because it's not the same as like Andrew or Rob or any of those guys, but it's so different. It's such a weird.
Hey, Chase.
Oh, Chase is here.
Oh, great.
What, you don't want to get chewed on
Backpedal.
by the
Everyone
beaver?
backpedal.
Backpedal.
He's here.
I don't go backwards. I only go forwards.
Ever since the injury, huh?
Ever since. Time is wonky, you know. You just got to go forward. Yeah.
So when's the next solar load gonna hit us, Abe?
I don't know when the solar loads, they're not planned, they just happen. And then you witness it and then you know it's coming for you.
So there's no like meteorology of the sun.
Well, you can just watch. I mean, if there's
I don't look. I don't watch the sun.
If there
It hurts.
if
A lot of
there
people told me
is-
not to do that.
Yeah, if there's a sunspot though, there's a chance that it's going to launch stuff. So when you see it rotate around, you'll see where the bad spots are. Some of them, if you put solar glasses on,
I think
some
you've
of
been
them you
staring
can
at the
see with-
sun too long.
Yeah. I don't just stare at the sun with my naked eyes. So
Did y'all
I
watch
see
that?
spots in the sky, and I see spots on my TV. I see spots everywhere.
Did y'all watch that last eclipse that came through?
I did, yeah.
I went and bought the glasses and everything.
Yep. We photographed the last few. So
Right on.
this last one, it was bad because there was a lot of overcast basically everywhere. So we didn't get as good of coverage. But the one before that we did. It was pretty spectacular. So, and the one before that actually we did too. We went to a spot in Wyoming and got pictures of it. So
Right on.
it's pretty. It's a cool event to witness for sure. So
Sorry, dude, I'm exhausted. I sat up all night, on Chrissy's panel playing trivia last night, and then
Yeah.
worked today, and I'm worn out.
how did
you
that
help up on
go?
Chrissy's last night?
How did that go? Because I didn't get to go to hers last night.
It was really fun.
escaped. Yeah, it
It's-
escaped my mind on that one.
No, it's really fun. She does it like she plays two games. So like the first game is like not Wheel of Fortune, but the one with Pat Sajak and
Yeah, Vanna White. Yeah, Wheel of
Exactly.
Fortune.
Oh, is that Wheel of Fortune? Okay. Well, so it's like that. And then so it's whoever's on the panel versus whoever's in chat. And then, she gives a clue at the bottom of the puzzle. And then you spin for letters, you get money and then whatever. And then so when chat plays, like they do it, she's still kind of working out the details of it. But like usually they'll say spin 3 times. And then, the panel will tell her, and then they spin. And then, you just rack up points, go question by question. And then the other game is like Jeopardy. But the only difference is like when you get to the actual answer, it's a multiple choice. And then she gives you double points if you answer within like 5 seconds if you're on the panel, or like 15 or 30 seconds if you're in chat.
Oh, that's awesome. Sorry.
I would
Chase-
Chase. I'm just in the middle of gluing two computers together currently.
But then what also makes the game sweet too, by the way, this is what kind of made it extra good, was chat can steal questions or steal answers from the panel by buying them. You know, you can pay $5,
Oh.
and then chat thought they got one over on us, but I was up on the panel with Caldy, and then I stole an answer out from under them. They all got mad. Started.
Oh,
buzzing.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's really cool to watch her create and refine it.
Yeah, well, all those like AI videos that she makes are amazing. They look professional. Like it's better than, you know, like have you ever seen those AI trailer videos on YouTube?
Yep.
They'll make weird 50s Panavision version of Star Wars or something.
Yep.
Well, her stuff looks 10
I
times.
really like those. We should look those up soon.
Yeah, those are good. There's a good one where it's Star Wars in the swamp. Have you seen that?
I really like episode 1, where they turn the pod racers into just normal cars.
That's funny.
They're just like the like, I don't know, like just racing cars from like the 40s or 50s or something.
Panchuchin, it is Brain Benders. What's it called? Brain Benders. Hang on a second. Let me look it up.
So the channel
Brain
is
Benders
Brain Benders Banter,
Yes.
and what the show is Brain Blender.
Yes. Well, I don't know if it was Brain Blender. She
Oh
used,
no, that's right. She was doing the wheel one, wasn't she?
yeah, and then
So yeah, she has the wheel one too. Yeah.
yeah, it's like trivia night, or I don't know if that's what she called it or not, but yeah, no, show up, Panchuchin. It's
But
totally
yeah, Brain Bender Banter.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me look it up on my thing real quick.
Star Wars Episode 1, but it's ruined by AI.
Yeah, Brain Benders Banter.
There you go. Thank you, Spaceman and Chase.
Yes.
Sorry.
I don't know which one of these to play. This is funny. There's a lot of AI Star Wars on here, actually. Really funny stuff, actually. What the hell? You guys aren't kidding. These are kind of wild.
Yeah,
Which
and
one
then
did you?
there's hundreds of them, man.
Yeah.
Doom, what's that one you were talking about?
Huh? Episode 1 something. I don't know. If episode 1 was like a 1950s.
Yeah, they do a bunch of them where they make them look like it's 1950 style. So they'll have like a Terminator one or a RoboCop one or whatever. You know, there's like literally hundreds of them, thousands of them at this point. But
Yeah.
But the best ones are the ones that are kind of silly. So they do one where it's Star Wars, but then it's all like in the South.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and I don't know, it's hilarious.
Okay, I'll play this one. This is pretty freaking hilarious, actually. What the frick? AI is out of control. This is freaking hilarious. Here we go.
Turmoil brews in the galaxy. Trade routes are blockaded.
Yeah,
Alliances
this
are
one.
strained, and something darker stirs beneath the surface. Two Jedi, Master Qui-Gon Jinn and his young apprentice Obi-Wan Kenobi, are sent to settle a dispute. But what begins as a negotiation
pause it
quickly
real quick.
unravels
1 second.
into a web.
Okay, that voice, doesn't that sound exactly like the not one step back prayer at the beginning of Andrew's raids?
Yes.
Okay.
It makes you wonder.
It sounds like the guy that narrates the films you watch in high school. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like the
true.
three films or something like that.
Yeah, that's probably where they grab the voice from.
Yeah.
That's funny.
The
Yeah, 'cause
presidential pacer test.
Yeah, yeah, because it's like the 11 Labs type thing where you take a voice and you play it enough times and it emulates it.
It's
And it can
almost
be-
Hank Hill. It's like a little bit older.
Yeah.
The presidential pacer test.
Okay.
Web of treachery, war, and destiny.
Oh man.
On the desert world of Tatooine, they discover a boy, Anakin Skywalker. A slave with a pilot's instincts, a mechanic's hands, and a power no one can quite explain. The Jedi see potential. The Force sees something
Look at
more.
those. Look at them.
As a peaceful planet falls under siege, Queen Amidala must fight
So
to
cool.
reclaim her world.
Like that scene
With
alone.
her
is
loyal
better than any-
guards, a clumsy Gungan ally,
It's
and the
so
Jedi
good.
at her side, she makes a stand against overwhelming odds.
human
But in the
hands.
shadows,
What
a phantom
is
watches.
that?
Darth
What?
Sidious moves his
What?
pieces carefully, while a dark
Oh,
warrior, Darth
no.
Maul, emerges with a blade like no one has
He's
ever
like a
seen.
gangster. He's like a mob
Across
boss.
starfields and battlefields, from Senate halls to lightsaber duels, the galaxy races toward a storm no
Oh my
one
God.
sees coming. Star Wars, Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. The beginning of a legend, coming
What?
soon to a theater near you.
What the
Like, dude,
hell?
Dude, I would
That-
watch that.
That
I
is
would watch
so
the
messed
Mystery
up.
Science Theater 3000 version of that.
What the frick?
So those are pretty cool, huh?
Oh my gosh, there's another one right after.
There, see? Yeah, Panchuchin said the exact same thing. Not one step back.
Yes.
One single step.
And one SB.
Dude, Andrew's got such a good show. He really does. Like he gets you so hyped up at the beginning of that. It's so fun to go in there and talk shit and have fun. He's got a
Yeah.
really good show.
Oh boy. There was one where he was like doing research for an upcoming debate. We had to move it to Rumble. It was getting too zesty.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
How's SB?
like that. There's been a few like that.
Bagel. Small
Oh.
stuff.
Okay. I
We
see.
ran over to Rumble and got it all out of our systems, came back.
Oh my
So
gosh.
stupid.
Rubble's good for that. Every now and then.
Just a good 20 minutes over at Rumble. All right.
Just
Put your
download-
pants back on, you heathens.
Got to get it out of your system.
Yeah, exactly. It's like taking a dump or something.
That's yeah. I'm not plugged in as much. I'm very I'm on YouTube. I have Rumble. I haven't really done a lot of exploring on that side. What I should do is link up to both YouTube and Rumble and stream to both. Because who was
you
it?
can do it on X too.
Who was it? I was talking to somebody recently, and they said that they streamed to both. Oh, it was EOD. He streams to Rumble as well because you can keep your stuff forever on there, and
Yeah.
it doesn't get hit for stuff. So he can always go back and reference and clip and cut and take stuff from there without worrying about whether or not it's going to be there. Unlike YouTube or others like Kick or whatever.
Well, some people will do it. They'll do it from Rumble, YouTube, Twitch, and then I guess you can do it from X too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think you can multi-stream to everything, so long as you've got the application that allows you to do so. Some of them you have to pay so that you can stream to more than 3 or whatever, but it's actually a learning curve for sure with all these programs.
Well, that's another reason I've started hanging out a lot more is because I've figured out more about Discord. I tried to do that like a year and a half ago and got on the Crucibles Discord. But then I just did it on my phone. And then if you don't know how to turn the notifications off, dude, they'll just sit and go all
It'll
night.
kill you. It'll kill you.
And then so finally, after like 2 weeks of that, I just left the Discord. And then I didn't even really understand what it was. You know what I mean? And then have gotten on there once or twice since. But then I don't know. Like one night I was playing cards with Josh over at his thing. And then he's got a soundboard on his.
JS.
Yeah, exactly. JS Urban Adventures. And then so he's got a soundboard on his thing. And then it was just like the coon emoji in Chris's chat. I just sat and hit it all night long until I drove him nuts. And I got embarrassed about it and then left, and quit and then came back. And I don't know. But the more and more I've learned, that's part of the reason I'm sticking around now, just because I kind of know what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'll have to do that, Smoking Space Man, because it's obvious that he does that pretty well. Dude, honestly, so, okay. Currently, I've been streaming with just StreamYard, and it's really easy to use. It's compact, but it doesn't have like a lot of features. It's got pretty basic stuff. I'd really like to delve into like OBS and possibly Streamlabs and try and figure out which is the best way to go. The problem is when I get into OBS, I feel overwhelmed, like literally overwhelmed. And I don't know if that's just me being a boomer and not just trying to figure it all out, but it is so much more, it seems like, to deal with.
I mean, that's how it starts off. Like you suck at stuff until you're good at it, right?
Right.
And it's like StreamYard has a whole bunch of buttons in there, but you really only focus on 2 or 3.
True.
So it's like OBS, it's good to know all the buttons, but you really only push 2 or 3.
What is OBS? Is it just another streaming platform or?
Yeah, it's a video capture like studio, basically.
Does it give you more options to do stuff with graphics or something like that?
Yeah, it's like StreamYards or something, but it's really customizable. It's like the difference between Mac and Windows.
Right on.
Yeah. And so I'd like to figure it out. I mean, you can do a lot more fun stuff using those programs than you can with StreamYard, as far as I can tell, anyway. Would you agree with that, Doom? You have more versatility with like OBS than you do.
Yeah. I mean, if you're trying to do the whole if you're trying to do like just I don't know, like for me, silly stuff, right? Otherwise it's just me pulling up stuff on StreamYards and just talking about it, which I do here. And then like I see other people like the horse video, right? And so I'm like, how do I make my own horse video, right?
Right.
So then that's how I learned how to like do the clips thing, which is just nested scenes. That's it. No, never mind. Oh, never mind. But yeah, I figured out how to do that. It was the calling thing. That was the big workaround because I don't know about Discord and OBS. I don't know why that's not playing right. I kind of get why StreamYards would have an issue, but it's like you can stream from OBS and you can also do a virtual camera from OBS. So then that makes it so that I can start a stream. And then if you've got one going, I can just hop up on your panel. Hello, Jeremy.
Hello, Jeremy.
What up?
How's it going, dude?
It's going all right. How you guys doing?
Good. Good.
Hey,
I
Jeremy.
have a lot to learn.
All you got to do is play with it, man. You figure the shit out. Like I learned OBS. I mean, I don't use it nearly as much as to the level of what JS and Easy and other actual streamers utilize it for, but it's actually fairly easy to pick up. I picked it up in like 2 days. I even shown JS how to do shit that he wasn't doing on OBS.
Right. I think I just need to sit down and figure it out.
I've figured it out enough. I'm sure, Abe, if it was a call between me and you, we'd figure it out.
Probably.
Well, I have faith in. All right, fine, Abe.
No, I mean, I think
Have good luck with your YouTube tutorials.
I mean, you figure it out as you need to. Really.
That's how I did it.
I mean, there's some people who
Google it.
swear by, like, JS is kind of different. A lot. If you see a lot of the panel spaces, they're big on StreamYard or Streamlabs, right?
Yeah.
But if you see JS, he don't use either. He uses Discord.
That's true.
Discord is his panel space. He just streams his Discord chat.
Right. Sometimes I've noticed.
And I give him shit. I call him I constantly call him a boomer because, like, he don't even know how to fucking manage his Discord.
Yeah. That's
like
fair.
if you came on this, like, if you notice, nobody has roles on his server. Nobody has roles on his server.
Anarchy, baby.
There are 4 people with roles on his server right now. Actually, there might only be 3. I don't know if he needs a role as the server owner, but there are 3 people with roles on his server, or there were, which is me, King, and Goon. That's it.
Weird.
And the only reason we have that is so because he was getting P-bombed, he had to restrict the channel that he uses for streaming. That way you can't just immediately jump up there and do it. So those 3 people have the ability to add a role that just grants access to that room. So anybody with that, with the there's a very generic role that we're assigning calling trusted users. It's basically just grants you access to join that room. That's it.
See, I have struggled with the
Vaccinated
connection of Discord. I don't know if it's just StreamYard or what, but when I've tried to do, like, with Doom, he was running his stream and I was running mine, and we tried to do a call, and it was like I was in space. Like, it took a good minute plus for the messages to come through, and then there was a.
Well, it's because you couldn't hear me. Like, I could hear
true.
you fine. You could only hear me through the YouTube stream. So you had that much lag going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it might have been. So that's the really goofy thing is and you come across this. Seesaw had this problem the other day when he goes on. Was jumping into panel spaces where, and Discord is terrible about it. Is when you connect and disconnect an audio device like a microphone or speakers or things like that, it wants to immediately say, hey, this is what you want to use, and it just flips your audio device to that. And sometimes like, for example, my I use a HyperX mic, and it has a headphone jack directly on it, which shows up as an audio device. Now your computer is actually smart enough that it detects, all newer computers are, they detect if there's actually something plugged into it or not. And so if it's not, it automatically deactivates that device. So your computer or software running and stuff like that basically doesn't see it as an active or usable device because there's nothing connected. But like my microphone, it doesn't detect that there's an audio, like speakers connected to it. So if Discord, if I connect my microphone to my computer and Discord says, oh, you want to use your microphone for both your input and output.
Right.
Well, now my audio is coming out of my microphone and not my speakers. And so you don't hear the other people. So you have, like, every time you connect an audio device, you need to go and check and make sure that Discord didn't go fucking stupid and put you on some random audio device that you didn't want to be on.
I definitely noticed that, actually. That makes so much sense when you say it that way, because it does. It almost like cancels out my usage of of my devices in order to take control of them, and then I have to reset everything after the fact. Like it's kind of ridiculous, actually. And
Yeah.
you don't know it until you start trying to use it again, and then you're like, oh, this is all jacked up.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's super common that people, it's a very common thing if you are a gamer, because Discord is for just it's the kind of the premier voice chat for gaming,
Right.
and yeah, you go across that all the time, and fucking audio it's always jacked up because newer controllers have audio jacks on them, and they're making depending on drivers and stuff like that, they'll make use of that audio port on that, and it screws stuff up.
What a pain in the ass.
It is. It actually kind of is. It's one of the only real gripes I have about Discord is how fuckery it gets with audio devices.
Well, it's fine if you're just using Discord, right? Like if you're using Discord just for gaming.
Well, no, because like I said, controllers have audio devices on them, right?
Right.
So you don't necessarily keep your controller connected. If you're running a wired controller, you don't always necessarily keep the wired controller connected at all the time. So you'll connect it when you're gaming, and then you'll take it off and put it away, right? You get it out of sight, out of mind. Well, if your controller happens to have an audio device on it, every fucking time you connect it up, you just throw a new audio device in there that Discord now wants to take and use. See, even Grid is saying that it sucks ass for audio. It's fucking terrible.
Yeah, poorly designed.
Yeah, I mean, like I wish it would just if you set an audio device, it would just statically keep that. So once you go, like I get it, there's a default audio device setting, right? But the default one is kind of hokey too. But if you go and set a specific audio device to use, I wish Discord